Zion dapping up his former teammates as New Orleans gets the victory. They win by 24 points. Holiday with 21. Zion finished with 16 points. Played the most minutes out of anybody in the contest. We have more highlight basketball. For your viewing pleasure, the New York Knicks.
My man Fizdale got the young team playing pretty good so far early in the preseason.
Knicks get the victory, as you see, all five in the starting lineup right there. Double digits for the Wizards. Rui, 12 points, looking good in his preseason debut. So, of course, looking at everything that we saw tonight, of course, we know you want to hear about Zion. 3D, your thoughts. We saw that he played 27 minutes, leading all players in minutes played, but just the spectacular highlight dunks. We're seeing that so early. What did you see that you liked about Zion?
That he's, in one quick game, he's picked up the NBA flow is what I call it, because we know in college you do more motion offense and a lot more team offense, where in the NBA, with 24 seconds, a lot of attackability going on. And you think about this, Ro, he's playing with Zoe and Drew Holiday, two guys who are willing to pass first. Think about that. You just got to run the floor. You have two guys willing to give you the ball because they know if they make you look better, it makes them look better. Well, some other guards might say, no, man, you're going to get mine first. These two guys are going to make Zion look so much better on the floor because no much thinking has to go on. Just run the floor and play hard.
Of course, Zion has everyone's attention, but just real quick on Lonzo Ball. We saw that in the offseason. He's posted videos of him getting jumpers up, working on that J. It looks a little bit different than what we're familiar with. Yeah. What do you see so far just looking at him in the early returns?
The shot, that's the main thing we nitpick. It looks pretty good so far. That three he shot in the corner, he shot with flow. That hitch wasn't there. It didn't look like he was bringing the ball from one side of his face to the other side. So continue to work on your game. You're in a great situation, young fella. I know you want to get paid, but the more you play the right way and the more your team is going in the right direction, helps you get paid.
Of course, got to talk about the rookie some more. R.J. Barrett, the third overall pick in this year's past draft. Had an up-and-down summer league, showed some flashes, but then showed that he still had a lot to learn. But so far in this first game against the Wizards, he looked like he's starting to fit in perfectly for the Knicks.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought up summer league because he never shied away from not playing. There was a couple of nights when things weren't going well. He could have easily shut it down, like, hey, I know, top pick, let me shut it down. No, he finished out the summer league, so I was very happy to see that. And I think it's carrying over so far early in this preseason where he's knocking down a catch-and-shoot shot. That's NBA basketball. You saw a little bit of it at Duke, but not a lot. And now when the shot clock's going down, he has to shoot this shot more because we know he can put the ball on the floor. We know he can get to the rim. But more and more he shoots the ball with confidence. That's what we're going to say. All right, New York Knicks, you got one. This is just NBA basketball. Swing, swing, catch and shoot, knock it down. The more you do it with confidence, it carries over to the regular season, and your teammates and coaching staff have confidence in you.
Indeed they do. On Friday, a tweet from Rockets general manager Daryl Morey supporting pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong led to public backlash in China. In response to the post, Rockets governor Tillman Fertitta denounced Morey's comments. For more on the story, we turn to CNN's Alex Thomas, who is with the Rockets in Tokyo.
A super typhoon is due to hit Japan this weekend, but a storm of a different kind is already with us after Houston GM Daryl Morey's tweet about the Hong Kong protests. This should have been an easy win for the NBA, bringing teams back here to play after a gap of 16 years. We were keen to talk about Russell Westbrook and James Harden playing together again, reunited. They did discuss that after practice on Monday, but also Harden was forced to say sorry.
Yeah, we apologize, we love China. We love, playing there. I know for both of us individually, we go there, once or twice a year. They show us the most important love. So, we appreciate them as a fan base, and we love everything, they're about, and we appreciate their support that they give us individually and as an organization. So, we love you.
As well as Harden, Morey himself has apologised, and the NBA has done its best to placate its business interests in China while also sticking with America's long-held belief about freedom of expression, something we've seen in the league for many years. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver's due to speak ahead of the game later on Tuesday, and it could be an interesting press conference. Ro?
Now, this tweet coming from Shams confirms that the NBA and the G League the NBA League has confirmed that the G League games have been canceled. As you see in the tweet, you can read through that, a lot of verbiage right there, but that's ultimately what has taken place, so no G League games. However, There are NBA games that will continue, and one of them will be the Rockets and the Raptors, 6 a.m. only on NBA TV. And do remember, 5 a.m. Eastern, the commissioner, Adam Silver, news conference. You're going to want to hear what he has to say. 10 bands, 20 bands, 100 bands. Love it, man. Kyle Lowry getting paid. Show me the money. We're going to talk about it next on Game Time.
Zion Williamson.
I'm ready to work.
It's wide open.
It's going to be a fun season.
The Raptors have extended their championship point guard to the tune of 1 year, $31 million. Kyle Lowry originally signed a 3-year, $93 million deal a couple of seasons back. The deal makes Lowry an unrestricted free agent in the summer of 2021. Of course, the numbers don't lie. The last 5 seasons, you can see he had a career high in points. The assist numbers are up to par, especially this past season where he's one of the top 5 in assists per game. Of course, the championship, which just put the cherry on top for Kyle Lowry. So, of course, now the expectations for the defending champions, we have to throw that out here. Everybody in Toronto is in their feelings and upset with you because you said during the team preview that they weren't going to the playoffs.
Yeah, I need to see more role before I put them back in the playoffs. And also, we should have another category for Kyle Lowry for toughness and leadership.
No doubt.
Because sometimes those numbers get a little skewed because we would think the numbers should say everything who you are. But I go back to him, Messiah brought him to Toronto. A lot of people were worried, is he that kind of guy to build around? So he's proved that. So Toronto, yes, be mad at me now, but let's have this conversation around January. And is Spicy P, is he that guy now? I love Spicy P. I love Siakam. Is he going to get that new contract? Is he going to be the guy that fills Kawhi Leonard's shoes? I don't know. Ro.
Well, does he have the ceiling? Does he have the potential to do it?
I love what I've seen the last couple of years. There's no question there. But you're telling me Spicy P is going to fill in the shoes of what Kawhi Leonard did? You're telling me, as much as we love Kyle Lowry, now Kyle has to play bigger than he has the last couple of years because there is no go-to guy. That remains to be seen. Yes, those 20-some odd games they missed, they were 17-5, 17-4. It looked great. But now we're asking these role players to do it from day one, all season long, and go into the playoffs. So Raptor fans, I'm not just doubting and hating on you. I just want to see more first before I say this team has enough. Marcus Gasol and all that good stuff, Ibaka. They lose Danny Green, their best two-way player. So that's why I'm a little hard on them right now until I see what they have left. Are they ready to take their roles to a different level?
Of course, the last team to win a championship and then miss the playoffs the following season was the 99 Bulls. As we take a look at the depth chart.
I like this team.
I mean, the team is nice.
Like it.
OG Anunoby is back and healthy. He was at the Kobe Bryant Mamba camp, so clearly Kobe sees something in him. A very strong lineup, but you still don't think that they're going to qualify for the postseason?
Nope, not right now. Today I don't. I'm sorry, Raptor fans.
What about Nick Nurse and his coaching ability? You don't think he has enough to push them over the top?
I love Nick Nurse, and Nick Nurse understands that you need talent to win. You cannot just give a great scheme and a great defensive scheme and think you're going to stop someone every night. All the Nets, Philly, there's so many different teams in the East have gotten better. I understand when people say, the East is wide open. Yes, it is, but other teams have gotten a little bit better when they lost arguably the best two-way player walking in tennis shoes. That's why I'm a little hesitant to put them in the mix.
All right, Raptor fans, you heard what he said. Just be patient. We're going to see what happened. You say no to the preseason row in 3D camp. Markelle Fultz back at it. Taking on Detroit basketball. Always in control, total cooperation. That's what we bring to you right here on Game Time. We got to talk about these new faces, but one face that is not so new, we're very familiar with, Markelle Fultz. The history's all out there. We know what happened, but looking at how he played the night, it seemed like he had the confidence. The burst was back. It seemed like he's going to play like that number overall pick.
Confidence is so key in our game, Ro, you know that. So the little bit of highlights we saw tonight, I like what I see. Putting the ball on the floor, getting to the rim, that's kind of how you made your name. Yes, there's been a lot of scrutiny about your jump shot and all that. But don't come in trying to shoot a bunch of threes trying to prove us wrong, Ro. Play your game. A little mid-range jump shot, yes, knock that down. But this right here, confidence, step back, no head, lead the follow through, that's basketball. That lets me know you're slowly but surely getting back to who you are and why you number one pick. And what'd you say? Bully ball, get off me, little fella, and then slam it? Come on, man. This is what Magic fans are waiting for. This is why they took that chance. It has a potential to be a win-win situation for everybody involved, You didn't spend a whole lot of money to get him.
Roll the dice.
Roll the
Looking-
dice,
hey,
yes, baby.
Shake them up, shake them up,
Yes,
shake them.
yes.
Looking good early. We'll see what happens during the season if Orlando can return to the playoffs. But then going to Chicago, well, actually, you know what? Scratch that. We're going to go to Cleveland. Run out of time. Darius Garland.
Yes.
We saw just a little bit of him at Vanderbilt. Only played so many games. What do you like that you see so far?
The feel for the game, not forcing things, and then transition, getting to his spot. Yeah, finishing in traffic a little bit, you hear that. But talking to people that saw him come out of high school, he was one of those guys that could get anywhere on the floor and knock down a shot. And now since the injury, now you see him getting some of that confidence back, getting to the floor. So he and the young bull in the backcourt together could be very, very interesting. Coach Beilein and his staff have to figure that out.
They definitely do have to figure it out. We will be watching, paying attention to the 2-1-6. With no MVP, the Mystics were handed an L in Game 2, but when E-double-D returned to Game 3, it was another victory. We look back at the dub from the WNBA Finals next on Game Time.